I had a disk failure. One of these stupid things. What happened was, I don't know if you can see it properly, but the SATA connector on the edge there, it came loose on one of my drives. So it was doing that. Really annoying. It's not this one. This is a good one. Yeah, slightly annoying. So it degraded one of my Z pools. Let's take a look at that. So this isn't the machine that had the failure, but I'm going to simulate it and show what I did to fix it. So what I've got here is just a virtual machine with a Z root, Z pool, and a storage Z pool. The storage Z pool being a mirror. 2 drives, that's it. So what I had happen was, I don't know if I can simulate this as well, but we'll give it a go. So what I had was, it was intermittently just disappearing from the pool. So here we go. I've got a simulated error on my pool. So DA1 is there and DA2 has been removed. It hasn't been removed. Well, it has. And it's telling me exactly what to do up there. Now, what I did was I removed the failed disk, which was, in my case, it was actually ADA2, and I put a new disk in exactly the same place. So when the system rebooted, it had the same ADA name, which was ADA2. And it was quite easy to do this. It was literally just zpool replace storage DA. In this case, we need to find out what the disk is before we do that. So let's go to our dev and have a quick look. Okay, so it's showing up as DA2. So if I do a zpool status, let's just quickly check. Yeah, there we go. Unavailable was DA2, but I've still got a DA2. So I can do a zpool replace storage DA2. And there we go. So what that has now done is taken the new disk and put it back into the pool. So if I do a zpool status, it will show me its resilvering process, hopefully. There you go. It's resilvering and it's done 5%. Now, it says it's going to take 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. What I found in practice was that it actually took quite a bit longer than that, which is fine if you've got the time to sit around and watch it do that. But what I would suggest is you go off and do something else. So there you go. Look, there's the disk ID ending in 4940, which was DA2. That's gone away because I removed it from the virtual machine. And then I ran zpool replace storage and the disk name, which is DA2 in this case. It's in the same slot. So we'll wait for that to do its thing. Let's have a quick check. 23%. That's good. So time's going up. It's now 5 minutes. Now what I found was, this is a virtual machine, so it's going to be slower. What I found was that it was doing it around about, I remember correctly, about 300 meg per second, which is okay for a SATA 3, I guess. It's just, yeah, it does chug on a VM. So we'll wait around for that to finish. The only thing I will say about this Z pool is that it's using the whole disks in those Z pools. And if I go to my storage, there you go, it's just a bunch of ISOs that are in there. That's all I've got in there. It's just to simulate some data on it. It's going up, look, 6 minutes, 101 meg. So it's come down from 130, was it? 96, 95. Yeah, it's funny how it does that. So it'll get to about 99%, 100%, and it'll slow right down and it'll just tick. But it doesn't matter. It's going to do it. Thinking maybe I put too much on that disk. Not that that really matters. This is literally just a throwaway VM, so it's not a huge deal. So it's done 20 gig out of the 55 that's on there, 55.4. Now, if I remember, there is no compression on this zpool array. So let's check that out and find out if there is. And we should be able to do that just by doing ZFS get all storage. There we go, compression ratio. So there is compression by default then. Mount point, yeah, compression is on. A time and dedupe is off. I could turn that on, that might make a difference, but these are all different files, so it probably won't. Yeah, so let's see how it's getting on. Back down to 5 minutes, over 50%. So we'll just wait for that to finish, 60%. Now what would be quite interesting to see what happens is when I plug back in the failed or removed, in this case, disk. Once it's resilvered, I'll do that. Be interesting to see what actually happens. 65%. Yeah, 73 megasecond. That's pretty slow. Now this procedure will work for pretty much any type of ZFS pool. Don't think it really cares whether it's a mirror or Z-RAID. Doesn't matter, and as long as you do it in the same format. I've seen documents online that tell you to remove by command the old disk first using the disk ID, but I found in practice I didn't need to do that. And I'm just going to check the FreeBSD website for that and see if it's listed there. There you go. See, that's what it's talking about. Replacing a functioning drive. Just zpool replace. Dealing with a failed drive. When replacing a failed disk, the name of the failed disk changes to the GUID of the new disk. A new device name parameter for zpool replace is not required if the replacement drive has the same device name. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with a zpool. Let's see how we're going. It's already done. Look at that. So I just set a scrub going. It's going to take another 5 minutes. Didn't need to do that. I just thought I would. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to reattach that failed device. See what happens. So I go to dev. This is 1, 2, 3 and 0. Yeah. So does that mean? All right. So zpool status DA1, DA3. Right. Okay. So zpool attach storage DA2. What? I spelled it wrong. Pool device. I'm not really sure what it's trying to say there. Impaired VDEV spec. Use F to override the following errors. Mismatched replication level. Pool uses mirror and new disk. And new VDEV is disk. Alright, they're still all there. That's cool. Okay, that's gone a bit strange. What happened there then? Yeah, that worked out a bit strangely, but there are ways that you can add a disk to a mirror. But it's probably easier to just destroy the zpool and create it again, assuming you've got decent backups. Because now I can obviously just add data onto it again, but simple as that really. So it was literally zpool replace, name of zpool, name of disk, new disk. Hope you find it useful. It's something that didn't take me long to look up, to be fair, but I just thought I'd make a video about it and just explain how it went. It was pretty much a simple exercise in the end, which is nice. It's always nice to have redundancy. Should probably do it to my boot volume, but that's for another topic, another video, I think. Don't forget to subscribe, like, dislike if you really want, share the video, and check out my Discord server. And don't forget to let me know if you think it's worth me keeping that going, if people are using it. There we go. I'll see you in the next video.